Hello once again everyone, and welcome back to the Inside of the Camper. As I'm recording this, it is late Friday night, December the 14th, 2018, and I have to make another talking video because I am staying here and trying to stay focused on getting the business fixed up for the new year. That is when I'm not distracted by all the video games. But I'm trying to stay focused on that, so I can't do my normal exploration style videos that you guys are used to, and I'm trying to compensate by just putting out a few extra videos and trying to make it a little more interesting that way. And in that note, I'm going to do today's talking video, and the subject is going to be pet peeves that only I seem to have. And I've come up with 12, and these are 12 that I don't seem to hear anybody else complain about, but they bug the snot out of me. And I've been hesitant to really admit to these because I didn't really want my YouTube audience to know just how much of a a-hole I can be. But with all the rant videos that have just kind of trickled in to the channel, you guys are pretty much aware of just how much of an a-hole I can be. I'm honest about it. So let's go ahead and get into this. And in the comments later, I'm going to put out the call for you guys to write in your pet peeves that only you seem to have, and I would be interested to read some of those. I would also be interested to know if anybody else has these same pet peeves and just hasn't said anything about it. So let's get started. Number 1, I really hate it when somebody comes into a room and smells something and says so. What's that smell? You know, something could be burning, there could be some kind of weird scented candle going, some potpourri that they're not used to. What does that smell? And the first thing to do right after that is sniff loudly, as though they want to illustrate that they're smelling something. What's that smell? Ooh, oh my goodness, I hate that. For a few reasons. Number 1, I don't need to see your face like this. You know, if you're gonna come in and complain about something you're smelling, I don't also want to see your ugly nose face. Number 2, the best way to smell something is not like this. The best way to smell something is a slow drawl. Look at somebody that's like a wine connoisseur. When they're smelling the wine, they do this. Slow drawl. So this is something that, I don't know, I think Wolverine did it in the first X-Men movie just to demonstrate that he could smell something. It's a comic book thing. It's a sitcom thing. It's not a real life thing. And the last reason is because you just told me. You just told me with your words that you smell something. I don't need to get an extra illustration of it. Number 2 actually goes along with that. And that's when somebody walks into a room and the lights are dim or something, like you've got a reading light on you, or they're reading quietly, or you're drawing, and they come in and they say, "Who turned out the lights?" And then they tap on stuff to illustrate that they're having a hard time seeing. Yeah, that crawls all over me for a few reasons. Number 1, when you go tapping on stuff, there's a good chance you're going to knock something over and break it. Number 2, I've never seen a blind person actually do this. Have you guys ever seen a blind person actually go around? No, they don't. They have a cane and they do a slow sweep, like this. They do a slow, calm sweep. They don't tap, 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 tap. Ugh. Okay, so, and also, who turned out the lights? You know who turned out the lights. I'm the only one sitting in here. I turned them out. Okay. The next one is, oh goodness, I really hate this one. I hate the thing language. The thing language is where somebody, they are in a real hurry to just come out with something, a request or something they want to let you know, but instead of coming up with all the nouns they need to, they just replace all nouns with the word thing. Let's just say that I'm in the doorway about to lock the door, and you're in the car and you think of something that you forgot. Let's say it's your inhaler that is in your bedroom, on your dresser, next to your jewelry box. But what comes out of your mouth is, hey, can you go get my thing? It's in my thing, on my thing, next to my thing. You know the thing on top of the thing? No, you're an adult. I don't know what you're saying whenever you do that. Don't put that burden on me to try to translate what all these things are. You know what? Take a breath, gather your nouns, and speak. Use your words like an adult. Bunch of smurfing, squanching marklars. 10 geek points if you guys understand that reference. Okay, number 4. I find it incredibly creepy whenever somebody finds something so cute that they want to do terrible things to it, and they want to tell you about the terrible things they want to do to it. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that puppy. He's so cute. I just want to eat him up. Oh, look at that. I just love you to pieces. I could just squeeze you to death. Ugh. Stop. Don't do that. If you love something, if you really think it's cute, you want to protect it. You want to keep it safe. You don't want to squeeze its guts out through its mouth because you love it so much. Come on, people. You need help if you're going to go through this. Don't say this kind of stuff to me. Number 5 is, I really hate it when people cheer obnoxiously loud for an athlete or an artist that cannot hear them. And by that I'm talking about mostly like if they're on a TV. Alright, I totally understand if you're at a sporting event or something like that and you're really backing the players and they can be energized by hearing all the cheers of all the people that are backing them up. I totally understand that. But when you're in somebody's living room and, you know, I can understand getting a little excited. Woo, yeah, we just got one. Yeah, that's great. But when you are taking that deep inhale and going, yeah, with complete disregard for the ears and the people in the small enclosed area in a living room, screaming as though you're there at the game or the concert or something like that, and the athletes are on a TV and it's so obvious that they cannot hear you and they're not getting the benefit of your cheer, stop it! Stop it! Shut up! And that goes for air shows too. I don't know how many air shows I've been to when there's guys up in jets. Yeah, it's really cool that they can do loops. It's really cool that they can, you know, have those formations where they get really close to each other and split off. But when they do something really cool, you don't need to fill your lungs with air and just go, woohoo! America! Right next to my head. They're in a jet. They cannot hear you. Stop it! Stop! Next one is, I really hate the line, so you're calling me a liar? Ugh. You know, this isn't really quite so much of a problem anymore. It's still a little bit of a problem, but now that everybody has Google and they can just kind of fact check everything, it's not so much of a problem. But when I was growing up, like in the 90s, man, there were fights that would break out over this one line where somebody would be like, oh, Raphael's the one with the red headband. And the other person would say, what, you're calling me a liar? How about I'm saying that you're mistaken? Is that an option that we are just completely going to overlook? Are you just looking for a fight? Okay, number 7. I really, really hate rhetorical questions. Oh my goodness. These are normally 4 to 6 word questions that you're not supposed to reply to. This is one of those passive-aggressive, open-palled social tactics that people that are real socially savvy have used against people like me that are not socially savvy for years. And it's just been kind of a toying around thing that has gotten to the point where when it happens, I get so angry. A lot of these questions are, how old are you? What are you doing? Where did you go to school? What is that? Alright, let me give you just a little bit of a scenario of what happens when somebody uses these short rhetorical questions. Let's just say I come into work one day and I've done up my sandwich a little fancy. Instead of using lettuce and tomato, I've gone with purple lettuce, and pickled red peppers. So I get my lunch out and I take the top off of the sandwich to put some spicy brown mustard on there, and somebody looks over and says, "What is that?" And my first response is just, I'm just going to come right out and say it. This is, purple Asian lettuce and pickled red peppers. And their reply is, "Rhetorical question." So now I look stupid because I didn't realize I was being asked the rhetorical question. And so what would have been my other option? What would have been my other option in that situation? To just look at them and kind of quietly just not reply? I look like a complete idiot then too. There's no way to win. There's nothing I can do. I guess if I was really socially savvy and I could come up with a quick reply right there in the moment, maybe I could win that situation, as though there should always be winners and losers and everything. But no, I'm not socially savvy enough to do that, so I'm just going to look like an idiot. Doesn't matter what I do. Number 8, I really hate it when people say, "God bless you," whenever you refuse to donate to their cause, or give them gas money, or give them a favor that they're asking for, and they want to say, "Oh, well, God bless you, my son," when really we know what they're trying to say is F you. I don't really know this for total certain, but I don't think God would want the phrase "God bless you" used in that way. How about this? Instead of panhandling for money, you use those arms and legs and mind that God gave you to go earn some money, instead of trying to get it off of other people that have earned the money. Number 9, I really hate how slow cashiers ring up clothing. Oh my goodness, I have never heard anybody else say this, but notice it, guys. Next time you're at somewhere like Target that sells groceries and clothing, just watch whenever somebody comes up with a bunch of groceries and then a couple of items of clothing. Watch how the cashier is just quickly going, "Oh, jar of pineapple, bling, cottage cheese, bling, cheddar cheese, bling, oh, a shirt. Okay, let's slow things down now. I'm going to slowly pull that hanger out of the top. Okay, now I'm going to ask you if you want to keep the hanger. No? Okay, I'll put it in this pile over here. Now I'm going to hold it up and I'm going to admire it. I might even hold it up against myself. I'll compliment you if I think it's cool. All right, now I'm going to, act like it's taken me forever to find that tag. Where could that tag be? I don't know. Probably hanging from the sleeve where it always is. All right, now I'm going to pick through the tags and, bring it in. Bing. Oh, finally it's in there. Okay, now I'm going to fold the sleeves in, and I'm going to kind of wave it like this, like I'm about to fold it up. Then I'm going to wad it up and just put it in the bag. Taking about 5 times as long as it does to ring up the next, bag of prunes. It's an item. It's an item. Just grab it, pull the hanger out, ring it up, and put it in the bag. You don't have to do... Why so slow on the clothing? Why so slow on the clothing? There's no reason for it. I hate that, and I have never heard anybody else complain about it, but I see it all the time. Just ring it up. Number 10 is I really hate when people use little kids to try to sell their business. Now, I'm not talking about Girl Scout cookies and fundraisers where kids are selling their own laps on a walkathon, or wrapping paper or something like that from a catalog for their own fundraiser, for their own little senior trip that they're going to benefit from. It's teaching them responsibility. It's teaching them if you really want something, you got to get out there and earn it. Totally understand that. I like that. What I'm talking about is businesses like, let's say, a startup business at a fair. I've seen this a lot. Usually startup businesses are things like cotton candy and popcorn and sodas at a little booth. And it's a family business, and that family might include an 8-year-old little girl. And they put her out in front of the booth for hours on end going, "Cotton candy, popcorn, ice cold sodas." And they're using that little kid's cuteness to try to bring business in so they can get money, and they just pocketing that money. The kid benefits from it, of course, because they're part of the family, but not any more than that kid would benefit from it if you had a regular 40-hour work week while, the kids at home doing their homework. They're not on the payroll. They're just the little kid. And they're out there for hours on end, their cuteness being used to bring customers into the business. No, no, don't do that. You know, that this happens at flea markets, this happens at fairs, and there's child labor laws. You know, if the right person saw this, you might get in trouble for doing this. But don't do this. Don't use your little kids to try to for hours on end out there working to try to bring customers into a startup business. It's shameful. No. Number 11, the one finger come here. Ooh. This one crawls all over me whenever somebody does this to me. The one finger come here is this. Ooh, I will break that finger off. I will break that finger off and feed it to you. Oh no. If you're going to give me the one finger come here, you're really going to have to put a lot of years in to earn that. About the only person that I've reserved the right to give me the one finger come here would maybe be my parents. That's it. I have never had a single boss that I've worked for long enough and respected enough to deal with this from. I don't think I've even had a pastor that I've ever respected enough to have them do this to me and I not get all balled up over it. No. Number one, if I'm doing something, I have my own life, I've got my own things that I'm up to, and you really need me to come over there, you know, you could get my attention and give me this right here and ask me, hey, can you come over here for a minute? Ask it in a question, in a respectful way. Maybe I'll stop what I'm doing and come over there. And if I'm really engrossed in what I'm doing, then maybe you might have to get up off your happy butt, come over there and ask my opinion on something and ask me if I'll go over there and take a look at whatever it is you want me to go look at. But I'm not going to drop everything and come over and assist you on something when you give me the one finger come here. Ain't going to happen. No. Last one, number 12. I cannot stand it when I go to a show that's got a speaker or an artist, a musician or something, and it's the first person that comes out on stage says, how y'all doing tonight? And everybody goes, yeah, we're doing good. And then they make you repeat it. Oh, that ain't good enough. I said, how y'all doing tonight? I don't think I have ever in my life, my whole 37 years, had somebody say, you know what? I paid to come to this show, but I wasn't really into it. I was not excited about it until he made me yell a second time. That's what put me over the edge. That's what got me engaged. Wow, I'm glad he did that. You know what? You're the entertainer. You're the one that we've paid to come here and see. It's your job to get people amped up. How about instead of using the power of the microphone to try to get us to cheer a second time, how about you come out and do an awesome job and you put on a good show and you get us amped up? How about that? Okay, that's it. That's number 12. That's all 12, guys. Once again, if you've got pet peeves of your own that you've never heard anybody else complain about, and you're kind of wondering about yourself, say, why is it that this bothers only me? Go ahead and put those in the comments. I'd be interested to read those. And also, if any of these things on this list also bothers you, and you can put something into the comments that makes me feel like not such a weirdo, that'd be great. Please don't forget to go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already and ring that bell icon to become part of the notification squad, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode.